There's only one thing that draws a CPAP crowd more than a new ResMed mask, and that's a new ResMed mask, which is not just a tweak on an old design, but something genuinely different. Yes, ResMed have just announced a new mask in their AirFit range, the X30i. And although we've only had our hands on it for a couple of days at this stage, I wanted to let you know our first impressions as soon as I could. After a few months, once we and other users have had a chance to really get to grips with it and what it does and doesn't do well, we'll do a full review with in-depth knowledge, so subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss that one. But for now, I'll give you a quick overview of its main features and innovations. Hi, I'm Ruben here from RespShop.com, where we sell and explain all things CPAP and have been doing that for over 16 years. If you haven't already, you should check out our website. Okay, so what's different about the X30i? Well, it's not so much that it does something completely new, it's more that it combines things that other masks have offered, but in a new, never-seen-before combination. So depending on what it is that you like about other mask designs, it might just be the ideal mask style for you. The first thing to say is that the X30i is a full face mask, so you can breathe through both your nose and your mouth. But unlike bigger full face masks that go over the bridge of your nose like the AirFit F20, the X30i sits underneath the nose like the F30i. The more compact design reduces obstructions to your visual field and makes it less bulky and claustrophobic. It also makes it far more comfortable to wear for those that find masks irritate the bridge of their nose. But the X30i isn't the F30i either. The F30i had a nasal cushion sitting under your nose with holes in it to breathe through. This is fine, but the seal is never quite as good with cushions when compared to nasal pillows that go directly into your nostrils. Yet there has never been a full face mask that offered nasal pillows. And you've guessed it, until now. The X30i has a novel way for you to attach the right size nasal pillows into the face mask cushion, so you get both the ability to mouth breathe and the strong seal of nasal pillows. And in what is also a welcome feature, this mask's headgear allows you to swap out the X30i face mask for the F30i face mask. So if your nostrils need a break from the pillows, you can just switch them for the cushion version of the mask, which is nice to be able to do without having to buy two completely separate masks. Let's look now at the tube attachment. The X30i has a tube attachment at the top of the head, just like the F30i. This design is great for side and stomach sleepers, especially for those that roll around in the night. The top of the head swivel joint means that the tube doesn't get tangled up the way that it can with front attaching tubes. And the X30i has a quick release elbow joint as well, so it should be straightforward to disconnect for bathroom breaks. And if you do accidentally pull too tight and crack the elbow connector, we've all been there, then I have a handy little accessory to tell you about. No longer do you need to throw away your entire mask frame and shell out for a new one. Instead, this is RespShop's very own elbow connector that fits ResMed masks like the F30i, N30i, P30i, and now the X30i. Simply swap the original broken elbow connector for the new one. It's designed to seal to ResMed masks perfectly and save you some hard-earned cash. Honestly, it's not a bad idea to have a spare connector on hand so you don't need to go a night with a leaking mask if something was to happen. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Okay, so back to the X30i. One thing to note with the top of head attachments is that some users have found that the air moving through the tubes near their ears a little bit louder with this style of mask. For the X30i, ResMed say that they've made the headgear a bit quieter this time around with their new QuietAir diffused venting system at the front of the X30i mask. But not to simply take ResMed's word for it, I decided to put the X30i to the test. I measured the decibels for the X30i against the P30i, N30i, and F30i masks, putting the decibel meter as close to the mask frame as possible and keeping the AirSense 11 at 12 cm H2O pressure setting. I had the decibel meter show the max level of sound during the period we were testing. For this first test, I breathed through my mouth for the F30i and my nose for the other three masks. Here's what I got for results. Well, as you can see, the QuietAir really does make a difference. This isn't just some marketing gimmick from ResMed. But I haven't tested it against other mask styles where the tubing doesn't attach at the top of the head, so any early adopters out there who are using the X30i every night, please let me know your thoughts on the mask noise in the comments. Add to this the usual top-of-the-range features we've come to expect from ResMed these days: stable headgear covered in soft fabric, soft and flexible silicone tubing, and magnetic clips that are great for everybody who doesn't have a pacemaker. You pay more with ResMed, that's for sure, but you do get that added quality. My first impressions then? Yeah, this could be a perfect mask for a certain group of CPAP users. If you like the top-of-head attachment style, need the option to mouth breathe, and want a good nasal seal, then there really isn't anything else on offer that can give you all of that in a single mask. And if this sounds like a winning combination to you, then the X30i will probably be a winning combination done well. But let's wait a little bit before completely confirming that. Remember to subscribe. When trying a mask that is different from what you've used in the past, it's great to know that you can order the AirFit X30i on RespShop.com and know that we offer a 30-day mask guarantee. The link to buy this mask is in the description below. Early supplies are limited. So whether or not you decide to give the X30i a try for yourself, as always friends, sleep tight. Bye-bye for now.